All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Holy Perspective, where we encourage young adults to overcome anxiety, trade with character, and take decisive steps to their God given futures. I wanted to give you guys a quick update. We're 3 weeks into August, and by the grace of God, I am getting my first payout. I got my first payout 3 days after getting funded. I got some W trades and I have a trade recap for you guys. But before I do, I just want to take a moment to just acknowledge that, man, this is amazing. I'm 2 months in and I'm super, super grateful for this opportunity. Man, this past Friday, I was done trading by 10 in the morning and I had the rest of the day to go to church and just serve and spend some time with the family afterwards. So what a blessing. I understand that this is not common to see profitability in short time span, but also I do have some investing experience prior with swing trading, so I'm not super new to the markets. However, I am new to futures, so I want to be mindful of that. So today I'll go over some of my rules and what I've learned in my short time being funded. By the way, the firm that I'm funded with is called FundedNext. They're a great prop firm. They've been around for a couple of years, but recently got into the futures market. And the way that they work is that they have a 50K account, which is the one that I bought. I believe they also have a 100K and a couple other options, 25K. The usual profit target, $3,000 with $2,000 drawdown. No daily loss limit, which I love because I hate being constrained by daily loss limits. I can't tell you how many times I've been close to that, but been able to re-enter into my trade and be in profit. However, if I know that there's a daily loss limit, then that will make me hesitant to take those entries. So if you're a guy that likes to, or gal, by the way, if there's any lady traders that watch my channel, let me know so that I could say hi and shout you out next video. But anyway, so you can pass the challenge literally in one day, I believe. I wouldn't recommend that. So you can take your time, really, as long as you need to pass that challenge. You don't want to be blowing accounts and resetting. But I passed it, I believe, in like about 3-4 days. Then 3 days later, I got my first payout. And I've been able to develop some rules around that. But as they say, the proof is in the pudding. So I'll show you guys my payout screen here. Let's move over to Google Chrome where I have my stuff. So here is the proof. You can see that this disbursed amount was $1,500. This is the maximum they allow withdrawing. I believe their minimum is $250. So it's up to you guys. You can set your own profit targets with them. They do have a 40% consistency rule where you can't make in a single day more than 40% of your total profit target. So be mindful of that, plan around that. When I started trading this account, I did size in significantly more than perhaps other people would because I was going for that 1,500 payout. But it did work out for me. So that being said, they do take a pay cut, so be mindful of that. This is my Rise account. You could see 1,447. So about 3.5% is used towards transaction fees. And it is what it is. I mean, their payout was super quick. In less than a day, I believe 12 hours, it was already in my Rise account. So that was amazing. I would strongly recommend checking out FundedNext. If there's any offer going on, check my video description for an affiliate link. I'm still waiting to partner with them. But shout out FundedNext if you're watching this and would like to partner with me. I would love to do that. So that being said, here's some rules I kind of developed in my process. I will say this. Proverbs 25:28 is a very foundational scripture for me that has helped me in my journey. And Proverbs 25:28 says the following: a man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. So when we don't have our rules, when we don't practice discipline, when we don't have the willingness to walk away from our charts, whether we're in profit or when we just took a heavy loss, we can do reckless things, right? We are like a city broken into and left without walls. Imagine a city with treasures, with more riches than you can imagine, with women and babies that are like vulnerable and fragile, and there's no walls protecting that city from thieves, from other tribes that are coming to scavenge and to kill. That's the type of damage that we can do to ourselves when we don't have walls, rules, these boundaries, these guardrails. We can do a lot of damage to our challenges, to our live accounts, to our funded. Remember, a month back, I learned my lesson big time. I almost blew my live account. I lost $3,000 in one day, and by the grace of God, I've been able to recover $1,000 of those losses. So it's been a wild journey, but my losses have taught me a lot. Some of the things that I've changed, just to give you guys a quick recap, is I only trade anywhere between 1 to 3 trades per day. If I have a really good win, I don't touch my account. I'm done for the day. I do 2 contracts with NQ, anywhere between 2 to 3 contracts, depending on if I am above the buffer or I'm in drawdown. So I'm risking anywhere between 10 to 20% of my drawdown. Right now, I am $4,000 in profit, so I can size in a little bit more just because I have that buffer. But if you don't size in big, because what I've noticed is if you're risking more than you can emotionally handle, then you're more prone to revenge trade, right? If you're risking $100 or less than that, then and you can handle that, then it is what it is. You take your L's and then you walk away from the charts and then you wait for another opportunity. If you get another trade in the day, you get another trade. And if not, then you start fresh tomorrow. But it's better to start fresh tomorrow, be able to make your money back and be in profit than to blow a whole account. So 1 to 3 trades, I've learned to walk away when I'm down money. And then I have account lockouts where if I lose anywhere between $200 and $450, again, depending on my buffer, what my account balance is at, I kind of flexible, but my account will lock out for me and I'll be able to take no trade. So that really keeps me at peace, knowing that if I lose, I can't blow my account, and it really would have to take like a whole 6-7 days of trading to blow my account at this point, which is unlikely, especially if you have a highly profitable or highly successful strategy. And so I started taking a lot of pictures of my entries in my trading journal just so that I can vividly remember what my strategy looks like and different ways that it can show up, because there's different market conditions, right? You can have a consolidation day. You can have a strongly bearish day, strongly bullish day. You can have a midday reversal day. You can have, sometimes the market reverses at 10 in the morning. And so you want to have a strategy that can adapt to different market conditions. I mean, at least that's the way I see it, and that's what works for me. So that's just a little bit of what I've learned and my disciplines. But I really, really do think that one of the most important things in our trading journey, especially as men of God and women of God, is to have strong discipline in the way that we actively follow our rules. Now, that being said, let's go to August 21st. This is a trade that made me $830. And this was the trade that got me my first payout. So I thought I'd show you guys. This is also part of my entry model, one of my 3 entry models, which one day I'll go over with you guys. But let's head on over to the charts really quick for that trade recap. So boom. Here we are, August 21st. By the way, this is Ninja Trader, and this is playback, so we can get market data from previous days. So just to give you guys some context here, these are previous day lows, 3 p.m. from the previous day. And so you can see we opened up the market super bearish. This candle on open was 600. I'm sorry, not 600. 60 points, which is an insane dump early in the morning. Let me see if I can get rid of that from my charts. That's one thing I dislike about Ninja Trader. It's kind of hard to get rid of stuff. Yeah, anyways, it's stuck there. It is what it is. So 60 points in the morning. We did have some recovery with the bulls coming in, and we actually inversed this fair value gap fairly strongly. However, I was not comfortable going long yet. A lot of people just take entries off fair value gaps, but you have to look at the higher time frame context and confluence. If we go over to the 1 hour, which I'll switch over to my left hand monitor here. On the 1 hour here, we can see yesterday, by the way, August 20th was one of the most aggressive sell-off days I've ever seen. I mean, literally in the first hour, we sold off 283 points. That was disgusting. I mean, if you like shorts, August 20th was a great day. I actually made some good money August 20th. But that being said, I was not comfortable going long yet. I really needed some more confirmation than this inverse fair value gap. As you can see, even into market, pre-market, Asian session and London session, we were still selling off pretty strongly into the open. So although we were recovering, you don't want to buy into a wicked out candle like this. You know, you really need more confirmation than that. So I was kind of just waiting around. We had taken out London low, so we didn't really have good resting liquidity. However, I did notice that this candle here, if you can see, has, if I can zoom in, all right, so this candle here was about 3 p.m. On August 20th, and it created a nice liquidity level here that I marked out. So it's about 23,190. So I was kind of waiting for price to see if it wanted to head there and then reverse off of it. So liquidity sweep reversal is one of my entry models. So about 9:48 in the morning, we did get to this level, and I'll just play out the trade so you guys can see what happened. So again, 9:45 into market open. Just play this forward for you guys. We come down, and you can see in a second we're gonna sweep these lows and reject pretty hard off of it. So boom, we come down, we sweep those 3 p.m. lows, and then we create a huge fair value gap on our way down, and then bulls are going to inverse it here in a second. At this point, I'm waiting for us to inverse this fair value gap, and it's such a large gap that if we inverse it, I'm going to be comfortable taking longs here. So you can see we create a bullish fair value gap, and at this point, at this candle closure, I'm confident going long because we inverse this gap. So I set a limit order about halfway through the bullish fair value gap. I'm gonna wait for price to come down and hit my limit order. And this trade, I believe, was about 22 points. And if you guys hear noise in the background, I'm sorry. Family's home, and we're having some good time with the nephews. Wait for me to get... Okay, so I get tagged in here. My stop loss will be right under this fair value gap. And my take profit, it's going to be at this candle's high for about 23 points. So if we play out the trade, we can see in a very, very, very short time span, we are going to hit TP. And then I hit TP on that one candle. It's about a 23-second trade. And then price will reverse back down. I believe Powell was speaking at 10 a.m. that day. And so usually price will retrace and kind of sell off right before a news event to kind of stabilize. So anyways, I hit my profit target. I could have made a little bit more off of it. As you can see, we have a recovery, but I'm good with my 23 points. I was up 898. I believe that's off. Let's actually look at my FundedNext account to see how much I made off of this trade. Yeah, so a little bit less than that. You can see here 853 August 21st. Got in at 23,220 and exited at 23,241. So about 21 points or so. But hey, this trade was a W. I'm super stoked about the future. And man, I'm close to my second payout already. So if that happens, I give you guys an update next week. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the trade recap. Best of luck in your trading. I'll be praying for y'all. And please let me know in the comments below, what would you do with your first payout? Or what did you do with your first payout if you got one? But anyways, happy Sunday, y'all. Hope you guys have a blessed weekend. Great trade week next week. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.